go. All right. We're gonna start this over again. I'm sorry. I'm here with Mrs.Jaryl Holmes, who is a realtor.
Hi, my name is Jaryl Holmes, and I'm a realtor with Georgia Real Estate Team. I have been a realtor from Georgia since last September. I love real estate. Prior to my real estate career, I do currently have a tax firm. It is Tax Prep Evolution Homes Firm, and I've had my tax office for the past 11 years. So I have been an entrepreneur for a long time. I have a long history in public service. I was a probation officer for 22 years. So I have a long history of law enforcement, public service, working with people. I'm also a certified pre-K teacher. So I am certified to work with children. So I just have a heart for people.
Okay. Just like the last lady I talked about, she said she deals with kids as well. So how long have you been dealing with kids?
I started my probation officer career when my daughter was 2 years old. She's 25. So I worked there for 22 years, and I resigned myself about 6 years ago. And after I resigned myself, I began to do full-time taxes. I'm a tax professional and bookkeeper. And so then I began to get very bored. I turned 50 and I said I want something new, and real estate was the thing that I chose.
Okay. I know I have a tax lady as well, and she's been doing it for some years. So by you transitioning from being in law enforcement over into
being a tax professional.
Into tax profession. I want to make sure I get what you do right. I don't want to mess nothing up here.
And then a realtor.
Okay. So how was the transition?
It was smooth.
Okay.
When I left my job, I began to use my children, the kids.
Okay.
And so in the interim, that's when I began to have a certification to become a pre-K teacher. And so I spent a whole school year with 24-year-olds, and it softened my heart. And so there was at that moment that I began to want to do something different. I tried different things in my tax business, but I didn't love it. I want to go back to loving something.
Right.
I love my tax clients, but I've been doing it for a while. And I probably have done thousands and thousands of tax returns, and I can do taxes in my eyes, so it's my gift. But I wanted something else, and I wanted to be fulfilled, and that's why I became a realtor. So it was an easy transition because working with people is a difficult task.
That it is.
It's a daunting task. But I have found that because I worked in corrections with delinquent children, delinquent adults, drug addicts, violence, all those things. I mean, when it comes to a client, that's easy for me. I love having the hard conversations about this is not going to work because God has given me the strength to have hard conversations because I had to do that with families.
So do you find it easier for you to deal with like one-on-one versus having to deal with a group session?
No, it's the same.
It doesn't matter to you. Either or, you got it. Okay, cool. So by being a realtor, right? Like I was saying, when we were first buying a home, did you find it to be exhausting having to go to this place, to that place, to this place, to that place, trying to show people homes?
Absolutely. It's very draining. It's very exhausting. And sometimes I get very aggravated. Some people are not even ready when they have it. Sometimes they want a window shop. But in the time that I've become a realtor, I've learned how to kind of weed those people out. So I know how to discern a serious person and a not so serious person. When I become tired, I stop and I take breaks. I'm a Zillow Premier agent, so I always get showings come through me automatically. And I'm one of the top producers for our team. So I'm getting maybe 20 connections a month. And I may or may not take all of them to see a house. And sometimes I get tired, so I put it on pause. I put my cell phone pause. I don't answer the phone while I'm in the bathroom. I don't answer the phone while I'm in the tub. I don't answer while I'm eating. I just want to be quiet. So I spend time for myself so I can have a healthy balance.
How they do that? How they do that? Yes, how they do that? Yeah. Because it's very much needed. And I like that you said that, because when you don't know how to put the brakes on whatever you're doing and you just keep going full blast without putting brakes nowhere, before you know it, what you thought you fell in love with doing, you will wind up falling out of love so quick because you don't take that moment to say, "Hey, I gotta take a break."
90%
No
of
more.
realtors quit in
Right.
the first 2 years of being a realtor. And that's why. First of all, they think it's going to be easy because they have people like me, and you see on social media, doing a lot, closing on a lot of homes,
Yeah.
but they don't see what goes on behind the scenes.
And that right there is what is most important to me. I'm all about what goes on behind the scenes, not so much as what you put out there for front. Because lo and behold, it would be a thing where, let's say, you're showing a video of you closing the home and the people standing there with the key and they're all happy. Okay, now when that's all over with, when it comes to being in the background, you like,
trying to get ideas on how to best move
so
the
glad
central
you're so
My
school.
closing days, I
We
don't
know
do
you
nothing
have
but
ideas.
That's
We
it.
know you seen the Zoom calls. How do we move forward for 2026? Solution based. What type of solutions
like I
should we
said,
come up with?
and
What
if you
type
do-
of
if you don't do it,
initiatives do you want to see?
you
How
will
can we
burn out
move
quick.
forward
I'm
for
quite sure
2026
you don't want to
and
do that.
presenting information
So,
not only from
being a
person to
realtor
person,
is
business
more-
owner to business owner, but from
Consider it
elevators
to
to
be like
you
exciting,
and
like
vice
more
versa.
exciting.
So with that being said, I'm gonna be quiet and finish
It's
my
like,
food and pass the mic.
Okay.
I can't explain it no other way. Then and it gives the endorphins in my brain when I know that I'm about to show somebody a home and they really love it and they're doing the things they gotta do to get it and they're listening to me and we're working together and we're praying and we're crying together and I'm telling them to fight. That's what I do it for.
I will say it's a lot. That much I will say it is a lot. Now you said for you it's that natural high. You know what I mean? And it's like when you try something for the first time and then it's like boom, success. And it's like, okay, I want to feel that again. That was good. I like that. I want to get it again.
That's how it is because after I close, oh baby, I'm already working on the next closing.
Okay.
I'm not stopping. I had a closing on New Year's Eve. The following week, I had a house Christmas Eve alive.
So holidays don't stop nothing.
No, that's when you're the busiest. If you want to get a contract, go out of town.
Go out of town.
Go out of town. Travel. Get on a plane. Get on a boat. That's when they're going to contact you. It's something about real estate.
So okay, I'm glad you said it. So how does that work? Like you live here in Georgia, right? So is there a certain kind of license that you have to get in order to
What we need to know
travel
from
outside of
you
the state?
is what you want
Travel
to
out of
see.
state. When I say I'm working while I'm actually
For 2026.
out of town, that means that my buyers are calling me from home, wanting to me to do stuff. So I'm always working, always writing up contracts.
So Liz,
I'm
can
just
you write
traveling.
that
I
down?
keep my
They
laptop,
want
my
a
iPad,
content deck.
all that stuff in my car. Like right now, just because I'm gonna have to stop and plug in my truck,
Right.
plug in my computer. If I have somebody that's an urgency, if I need to write a contract, if I need an amendment, I do it right there in my car.
So what's the furthest?
And so what do you
Where
think you
has
need
been
to
the
do in order
furthest
to get
place
that done?
Georgia.
you've gone
Mine that we
to?
have
No, just
30 minutes.
period.
So you, what can we do?
I can only sell real estate in Georgia.
That's the question that I was asking. Like, do you have to have like a certain license to go out of state? So let's say
Okay, so
let's say
here's how
somebody
that's done.
sees
Hold
you
on 1
on
minute.
social media,
Here's how
right?
that's done.
And
We're
they're like,
nonprofit. So we spend our money
I
on
like her
that. Where are we
vibe. I
gonna
like
get
her
the funding
vibe. I
to
wanna
continue to fund the
get
clinic?
with her. I
We
wanna
need
do
that
whatever.
help. So how we do this is
And
we reach
they're
out
like
to
over,
our
let's say,
centers.
Dubai or something like
Among
that.
us can
You
give
wouldn't be able to
that
go over
information.
there, could you?
No.
Okay,
To
all right.
do
Not
So
necessarily
that,
to buy.
and that's where we get.
But if they wanted to buy in
from.
Georgia,
So what we'll
absolutely.
do
You
in
could.
that respect is like
Anything
Puerto
within
Rico
Georgia,
will have,
you can
like
do.
Yeah,
today
a client that lives in
is
California
a
right now
CCACC,
that's buying a home in
right?
Georgia.
But we have these things for
Okay,
you.
okay,
And
okay.
so it's usually
So
two
is that,
vending.
I'm
two
I'm
info
interested in
sessions.
that.
And
because
so
I
we
see
had, this time of
like
year,
different people when they say they're
very
realtors and
successful
they're
about
going
finances and
out of
things like
town
that.
to
Business,
close on a
insurance,
home and they're like
do you
right
need
there.
it? What do you need it
So
for?
like
Stuff
California
that.
They have
That's
their
a great
license there.
idea.
Yeah, I'm working on getting my
Business
license in
funding.
South
Another
Carolina.
thing is, we have business coaching.
Okay,
That we
okay.
pay
So
for.
it has to
And
go
so
for
here's
each
what's been
state?
happening.
Yes,
Let's
it
be
all
very
depends on the laws,
transparent. People
like
sign up
Alabama
for it.
and Florida
People don't attend.
are reciprocity
They
states,
don't
which
reach out
means
to
that
the
we don't have to
coaches
take
to
the
say,
whole
I'm
exam
not coming.
over. We
None
have
of
to take
that
their state
situation
exam to
happens.
become a realtor.
Or they
Get
do
our
the first
fingerprints
one and
background
find out
checks, and we can become a realtor
some
by
work
just taking like a
that you
little
gotta
test that takes about 30
These
minutes.
business coaches,
That's
this is what
Florida
they do.
and Alabama
This is
because
their
they're touching
job.
states.
But
They're
they're not, this is not,
reciprocity states.
okay, I'm just gonna
But if I
record
wanted to
my
get my
Zoom, whatever
license in
she says, I'm
California, I'd
gonna
have to
get
go in and
everything I
take the
need to
entire
know
course.
about how to do
But I could
A,
sell
B,
houses
C.
after I
That's
take the
not
course
how
and
that
pass the test in
You have to do
California, but I don't have my
And
Georgia
then when the
license
person
here.
finds out
Because
they
I'm taking the
have
test here
homework,
in Georgia.
now they're no longer interested.
Now I can be a referral agent. I've done that out of state.
Okay.
Someone that needs, I need somebody to help sell a house in another state. I can give referral.
So you were like the middleman. Okay.
Brokering it.
So when you're when you're the middleman,
Oh,
if
I
you don't mind
see.
asking,
Well,
do you
this
get
is-
like
this is the
a percentage
initiative
off of
that
that?
said you wanted.
My
And
girl,
it's- I'm
work
only
it.
I
talking
did
about
that with
what's
somebody in
happening my
Augusta.
center.
I don't live in
And when I
Augusta.
speak to
Okay.
So I had
other
somebody
of
sell
my
their house and they bought a house in Locust Grove.
By and
Now I
large,
got something off that one and
especially in Newark
posted
and
in
New York,
Locust Grove because
oh,
it was a
they're
referral partner.
they look
Okay,
forward
okay,
to it.
okay.
So we have to do that.
Just
Another thing
anything,
that you have to do.
anything, again, anything within the state of Georgia, you
In
can,
order to get that
boom,
content,
you
remember
can work
30
it.
minutes, right?
And I do.
hands down.
And I do.
When I'm in
Okay, so let me
doing
ask you this.
monitoring session
Have you,
meetings, this is
have you
what I
ever
hear.
sold,
Oh, so-and-so, I
property?
don't have your payment yet.
Like
Are you gonna be
a
able
piece
to
of
make your
land.
payment?
Yeah,
Well, I
like
have some
acres.
issue.
No,
like
Okay,
acres
all
of
I
right,
bought
land.
it
so
some
you make the payment.
personally myself.
Well, I can give you $5,
Okay,
I can give you
so
$7.
how, okay, well, what was that
30 minutes
experience?
up.
I wasn't a realtor then.
Who
That was
in
about
here
5
can
years
raise their
ago.
hand and
Okay.
tell
It
me?
wasn't a good experience because I didn't have a
When
realtor.
is your payment?
I did it with
I
a
haven't
housing
asked
community.
questions.
They used the in-home person. It wasn't personal, it was very transactional.
Who in here can tell me?
That's how I know, now that
When
I'm
do you
looking
make
at it
payment?
now,
Right,
it was very transactional.
Up
They
until
didn't really
when?
tell us a lot, so there was a lot of things that didn't get done. And even 5 years later, I'm like, they didn't do a good job. So purchasing acres of land and putting a house on it is a lot. And I tell people
You let
transparently
me,
is a lot of work.
y'all let
It's a
me
lot of
worry
work.
about the
It's very
holiday
expensive.
situation.
Have your
because
bag.
it can get a little bit
Have your
challenging
bag.
because if you're on auto pay, it's still gonna come there. But it still gets applied, 'cause I make sure.
yeah, no, we good, we good. No, we're good, I got it, no problem, I
If
got
you pay
it.
on that holiday,
Quick.
even though we try
So-
to tell you.
So like, say,
Here's the thing,
like my wife,
we not here,
right?
you ain't gotta
She
pay.
wants to
You don't have
buy,
to send a
she
meeting,
wants
you
to
don't have
buy
to pay.
land. And what
Your
I'm saying
loan
to her is,
disclosure.
you know, once you
That's
get
why you
land,
see
you gotta
sometimes
like
different
excavate it.
days. I
If
see
it's
different
undeveloped.
days in the same week.
If it's
because that loan
underdeveloped, yeah.
disclosure
Get
takes into
development.
account of the federal holidays
Get
that we as a
development.
bank.
Get developed.
Because if you go
land. Don't
count
get
that,
anything
but my told me it was
undeveloped.
25 weeks.
So it's
I was
best to get
23.
developed.
Where's the
And
loan?
developed land already has the wiring, the plumbing, and all
July.
that. Because if you get undeveloped land, you gotta do all of it yourself. Like I had to do my well, I had to do my power,
So
I had
those
to do
are
all
the
that
things.
stuff.
I gotta do
Oh,
call.
you said a well?
If you don't have my
I have a
phone
well.
number, it's
So
on
you
the
don't
website.
have,
Public
For
water.
elevated land.
so how does that work for
Little
you?
West, Deputy
They
Branch
drain down
Manager.
in the ground as they can and has a pump.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right,
collects all
but
the sediments
my
out
point
of
back
it
to
and goes
you
into our
was-
house.
We need to do that
Okay,
in order to
okay.
have the time available.
Yeah, so
Because it could be a
never,
series, right,
so
for the whole month.
selling,
This is what we're gonna
selling
do.
land be
We
something
can't
you'd be
get
willing to do?
Absolutely,
together where we're on
absolutely.
time.
I've already had somebody ask
Made our
to
payments,
sell and
and
to
there's
buy.
no other
To
issue.
sell and
I
How
love
can we
land.
bring you guys content?
Because
Think
it's
they don't
like
want to?
It's
a
your own.
canvas.
It's your own.
And I've
You know
done
how
it. I
disappointed
had,
you
all
could
we saw
be
was
as a
trees,
center
and I was
manager when you
we were able to
prepare that
visualize where our
content.
home was gonna
But you
sit.
spent the
Okay.
So
whole
that we could see the
meeting
sunset,
talking about
and it's
who's
the
gonna help pay for
plans,
this
and
one, who's gonna help
it's
pay for that
amazing.
one.
Once
That's
the trees
that's
got
a
knocked
lot-
down, then we
that's
had
a
a
lot of work.
pathway, then
And
we
if
got
your
sewer,
center
then we got a
managers
well. We watched
make
every
you feel
process. It was
that
beautiful.
you
So
are
by
the
you
only
getting a
center
well,
that
would it
they
be
manage,
best to get well
kudos to
rather
them.
than get
That's not the
city?
actual reality.
Most people, most houses in rural areas and not have
I
access to
have
public water.
39
Since I've been in my house for 5 years, we now have access to public water.
39.
So I'm able to access it. If I sell my house, I have to get it connected to public water left before I
A
could
lot of
serve
them
because they
come
offered,
before I got
even though I
here,
have a
you
well.
came back.
Oh.
Because that's, I mean, you do.
And you gotta do that yourself.
So why we meet?
So does that make the
of these centuries.
value of your home go up
Yes,
So
my
once you
house
do that?
appraised
Let's say on a
subject
given
to,
Monday,
which means that my house appraised
Okay.
the price, but that's subject to you connecting it to the public water
or Tanya has 5,
per the appraiser.
that's a lot. When they're up
Which means the
to
value
do
go
the
up.
7 o'clock,
So like right now
they get
you're
up at
here,
6:30.
but once you get that, it goes
They're
up.
not logging on
So
when you guys
like
log
with
on.
your home, by you
They're on the
putting it
clock
on
at
land and you
6:30
have
in
it
the
yourself,
morning to be there, to give you that
what type
content.
of modifications did you do to your
But
home
sometimes they
to
get in,
beef it up?
and there's this issue.
My husband
there's
did
that
a,
issue, you gotta
walkway
do
with
this,
some
you gotta do
stones.
that, and then when it's time to act,
we
we're
have,
not getting any content. I
we
mean,
put,
you said you're gonna do this. you
our
said you was gonna
driveway
pay on
is
time, you was gonna be
600
on
feet
time.
from the road. From the road is 600 feet. So you don't even know we're back there.
Okay.
So we have done gravel and things like that, so there's some things that we still need to do, because when it gets wet, it gets kind of sloshy. But we have done that. We have cleared more trees. We put some nice little shed out there for our stuff. It looks just like her house.
Okay, okay.
On the inside, we have, they didn't give us ceiling fans, so over the years, we've done ceiling fans, lighting. We haven't made a lot of modifications to the house itself,
Okay.
but we just made it very comfortable.
If you cannot separate your
So is that comfortable to be your forever home?
No, this was an investment
and
property.
so these dedicated
This was a home,
accounts
then
that
it was gonna be
some
free.
of these more
Okay.
modern
But now
banks
that I have
allow
been
you
in
to
real
open up
estate,
to 23
and I was
checkings.
looking at it through
It
different
allows you
eyes,
to
this is
do
a
all
great
that and then
investment
automate
property
it on top of that.
for us to
So what I
invest
would
in
like
and
for
not
you
sell.
guys to
That
do
makes
is meet with
sense.
Tahira,
It's
what
gonna
she
be
does
our
on
family
the
home.
business.
That we may be able to
accounts,
Airbnb it,
and she can
be
tell
a
you a
great
little
little
bit
cottage in the
about,
woods.
what it is that
We're
she
thinking about doing
does. I
something in
think
the
it'd be
yard, maybe
beneficial
look
for you.
kind of
There
like a
are a
resort.
few
There's a
of our
creek
members
behind it that runs,
that
so you can hear it
utilize her,
trickling.
so make sure you
When it's
go and
raining.
network with her and give her your
It's
information,
covered by
okay?
trees.
Because that
You
would
can
be
ride
very
your,
helpful.
your
There are a lot of times that
ATVs out
you do your
there.
budget worksheet.
That's what we're kind of
You
doing,
submit
some
your
trails and
bank
stuff like that.
statements.
And being able to open up to
Tell
our
them that
RV
you have
park, I mean, there's just a
$1,200
certain,
left over
some
at the end of the
things,
month.
we can get chickens, we can make
Then
a
after your bank
farm.
statement.
It just has
and
so
you're in the
many
next.
possibilities.
Okay.
You have to
Well,
make it make sense.
to me, it just sounds
But
like
all
the
those just
possibilities
asking
are
a question.
endless, so.
From the
I
center
say go
managers
for it.
or even from the
That's my thing. I say
CC.
go
Okay,
for
well,
it.
that's the
If
case.
you feel that that's something
You know,
that
because I'm
is
seeing
going
this. You
to,
say you have this,
like,
but I'm
better.
seeing this.
but you have,
And
I say
usually
go
once you
for
ask
it.
that question,
You
say,
know,
can you
because
just elaborate,
I
make
see
it
a
make
lot of
sense?
people
Sometimes
when
you
I'm
find
out
out
there.
that,
I'm a
well,
truck
I use
driver.
Cash App for my business,
So
but that's
I'm
not
out
submit.
here on these
You see what I'm saying?
back
Or
roads,
a lot of my
having
money
to
is
go to
funneled
places,
through.
and I
Well,
see
I use Bank of America for my
all this
business,
land.
but a lot
I
of
see
my
all
money,
this land,
you know, that I
and from the road, the house look about that big.
is in Chase.
But
Well, that's
the
the bank
thing
account
about
that I
that
need to
is,
see.
across
Right?
the
Because
road,
now you go,
they
especially if you're
have a
renewing, now you're
field
going for
of,
an
let's say,
increment.
corn
And
or
if you're
cotton
100%
or something like
attendance
that.
is good,
And
the
then,
center
like I
managers
said,
can
the
tell
house
you
can be right
what your
here,
increment could
and
be.
then
So if you're gonna
over
get
here,
that increment,
they'll have
then you wanna make
cattle,
sure that your
big
budget
lake,
worksheet and your
a
bank
big
statements
lake,
are in alignment,
cattle,
and
and
back
then
to
on the
business,
other side,
right? So,
I'll say
wrote
about
that down perfect.
the size of the
Business
building that's
Tell
out
me
here,
something else
over there,
that you wanna see,
it's
that you
like
could think
a,
of.
like
Yes.
a personal shed
Mm-hmm.
garage
Last
thing.
meeting
And
that
it'd
we
be
had
that big.
last year, I had
And I just
suggested
was
that we
like, oh
have
my God, like look at that.
I'm
I'm like, whoever does that, man, bless them.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's
So
a
your
lot.
tractor.
Yes, all of that stuff is in there, and when I see it, and I think it's neat, but it's too much for me. That's not something I would want. But maybe later on down the line, somewhere, buying land is the thing to do.
They're not making any more, but you can
As
buy
the
it.
Marine directory applies.
Okay, so,
They ain't making no more
let me
land.
see if I got
I
this
know.
straight. You want phone numbers for Central Chiefs and ACCs in Atlanta? Or?
This is it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Well, I thank you,
I was
welcome.
blessed
and
by,
may you have much success in being a realtor.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right, yes, ma'am.
supported me
All right.
like in a mentorship capacity, so that when I was a
All right.
student in my